Alright, first post, maybe. There we go. And this is Sunday, the 5th of March, and this is my yoga practice. So, getting started. It's the 5th, so left shoulder towards the camera. A short forward fold to get some spacing in the neck and the low back. Got the neck spaced out. The low back, it felt like there was going to be a pop, but it looks like it got itself into alignment without having to do a pop. And I'm really looking for flexibility in the low back. And sometimes it needs to pop in order for that to happen, but sometimes it doesn't. And today it did. Alright, so first pose, downward facing dog. And relax. Hands about shoulder width apart. You can try to breathe through the nose. I can exhale through the nose today, but the sinuses are not allowing an inhale through the nose. Actually, I guess I take that back. I just started breathing through the nose. The sinuses are a little clogged, but apparently I can breathe a little bit. And then straighten the back, straighten the knees. Feel the hamstrings start to engage a little bit, a little more. And I was surprised at how much sensation I feel on the back of the thighs in this pose. Because I've got flexible hamstrings, but apparently there's other stuff that needs to get stretched in order to get ultimate flexibility in this pose. Relax. Start to feel the shoulders a little more, right? Because I stayed in the pose for so long. Oh, look at that, almost done. And then just start to feel the shoulders. And that's that. So pop the big toes. There we go. Pop the wrists. The right wrist always seems to pop first. The left wrist always seems to take a little bit of persuasion, and then pop the knees a little bit. The right knee always pops, the left knee does not always seem to pop. Alright, so now, the cool pose, the awesome transition, and I think that's, the transition that's hard to capture on camera. So, wrists kind of close together so that you can get the elbows onto the rib cage. Posterior flex on the spine. And levitate. And there we go. Hey, look at that. That is the cool transition to upward facing dog. It's kind of like a chin stand, but I've got my fingers towards the feet, which usually a chin stand, the hands are the opposite way. And my feet go really high, or I kept the feet really high today. And then, yeah, actually today the low back is telling me I gotta go slow to get my upward facing dog. But in any case, on that pose I was doing before, it's that cool balance pose. Feet were higher because that takes less effort. The lower the feet are, the closer to horizontal the body is in that position, the more effort is required in that position. Surprise, surprise, right? Because then there's more force being placed. The center of balance changes from higher up in the rib cage, more towards the abdomen, and more pressure on the abdomen, and makes it harder. So you actually have to engage the core a lot more, even though it doesn't look like a core pose. But when you get the feet up higher, you don't have to engage as much core in order to do that pose. And relax for another 45 seconds. And that is that. Alright, so next up is wheel pose. Cool transition to wheel pose. So for wheel pose, I get there through, where do I want to go? I want to go that way, I guess. Alright. So for wheel pose, grab the hips, crown of the head to the earth, which you might be able to see. I can't tell. I can't see the bottom of my head due to the placement of the laptop. So lift this up, right? Easy, so easy, but then lift the legs up, not so easy, not so easy. Had to swallow some saliva. And then feet to the earth, hips up. Hands to the earth, shoulders up. And there you go. That's a wheel pose. And relax. If you can't breathe through the nose, but I've been breathing through the mouth. And this is it, just relax, right? Feel the sensations on the body. So feel the abs. Feel the thighs close to the pelvis, the part of the thighs that connect to the front of the pelvis. It always seems to be an interesting stretch right here. And alright, so now time to move. Let's move to the right. Oh, that's it. Right wrist was having some interesting issues. Yeah, because that's an interesting pose. Felt like the bones weren't quite going in the right spot. So that was enough of that. All right. Usually we'll move forward and back instead of left or right. That's not quite an issue. So we have to do that next time. In any case, clear that guy out. Next up, today is an odd number day. So left leg first. Half pigeon with the left leg. Get all the parts in the right spot, or as close to a good enough spot as I can get. Foot into the elbow. Hip towards the earth, but shoulder towards the side. So quite the contrast on the body, right? Because I'm trying to get this hip down, or I was trying to get the shoulders twisted over. So it's really a giant twist. And then get that hand back there to amplify that giant twist. Get a stretch on the shoulder. And I had about 2 minutes, 10 seconds when I put the arm up. And putting the arm up actually seemed to be the big kicker on the leg. So it seemed like I had a large increase in the leg, especially the inside of the left knee, when I put the arm up. And just try to relax. So for me, there's a lot of room for growth in this pose as compared to where I want to go, right? I want to get the right hand to the left foot, but I can feel there's a lot of tightness before I can reach that. So we'll see. If I start doing this pose a little more often, a little longer, I should start to reach it. All right, so I got a minute left. I want to see what it's like to just hold it here. Because the knee is actually what's the limiting factor at that point. Feels like the stretch is a little too much on the inside of the knee, right? So it feels like it's pulling the leg out. You know, the leg is supposed to be straight. It feels like it's pulling the leg out, right? Making me reverse bow-legged or something like that. But we'll see. All right, other side, and I've got a viewer. APSO. Cool stuff. Thanks for watching, sir. All right, so half pigeon on the other side. Got the timer started. There we go. A little bit more in camera. Get the foot in, slide it to the elbow. Get that right hip towards the earth, right? But get the shoulders towards the side. And relax. And then get that around. Yeah, again, I want to get, eventually, right, what would be cool is to get the left hand to the right foot. But as I stated, there's a lot of tightness in the way. A lot of work I'm going to have to do, a lot of stretching that I'll have to feel before I can get there. If it is a possibility, which it may not be. But it feels like it's mostly just soft tissue, so should be, right? There's no bones that are limiting. It's just the soft tissue that's not as flexible as it needs to be. About 30 seconds left with the hand up. And on this side, the left shoulder seems to constrict a little more the blood vessels, so there's a little bit more lack of blood flow on the left arm, the left shoulder, as compared to the other side. So let's get that down. Let's feel this for a little bit. Yeah, the right knee doesn't seem to be providing as limiting of a sensation as the left knee was. The right knee seems to be a little bit more amenable to this stretch than the left knee was. But could be a second side bias, I don't know. The second side is usually more flexible than the first, simply because you do it second. Alright, so that's that. That's my back bends. Yay! Next up, forward fold. After all this back bending, let's get the body ready for some anterior flex. And just old school forward fold. Plain, simple, easy mode. Get the heels together, balls of feet together, and ankles gently pressed together, if at all. Let the crown of the head release, crown of the head towards the earth, so the neck releases. And then release the vertebrae, right? Just let everything dangle from the pelvis. And feel a nice stretch. Hey, look at that good little pop out of the lower back. And it seems to be quite a balance challenge for me today. I do seem to be moving around a little bit, subtly shaking from side to side. But I want to feel my arms today, so let's get this up and around. Feel the shoulder stretch a little bit. And then reverse the fingers. So now the right finger's on top, the right thumb's on top. About equal time for both sides. Got about a minute left on the timer. Forehead to the shins. But I actually have to pull the forehead there. Alright, rotate the hips a little more. But keep the knees straight. Stretch on the back of the thighs a little bit. Not really the hamstrings, because my hamstrings are open enough, but there's other muscles around that have to stretch for this to happen. And that's pretty taxing. So I was getting the front side of the face onto the shins, and that takes effort. And there we go. Alright, so that's that. Down to the floor. Next up, let's clear the timer and start the hip openers. So left side first. Let's open up that left hip first. And then here, just kind of go down a little bit. As a starter pose, kind of half lotus. Feel that right hamstring a little bit. And then get the shin to the chest. Foot to the chest. Awesome. Take this down. Oh, look back into the viewer. But can't read your name. To the chest. Shin to the chest. Alright. And the reason for tuning into the broadcast is get that foot behind the head. There we go. And so now I've got a little over 2 minutes left to chill out, relax, and enjoy this pose. the shoulder further on the outside of the shin. And relax. So yeah, I've got a nice stretch on the left thigh. And the blood flow really starts to slow down and kind of stop in the left thigh. Just because the way that everything's folding up and stretched, it kind of stops the blood flow there. Which when you first start practicing this pose more often, that's kind of one of the things you're really not used to, is how the blood flow stops in the leg. Alright, another 40 seconds. Just relax. If you need to, you count your breaths, count your exhales, and focus on the body. The left thigh is freaking out a little bit. It's got quite a bit of sensation, but not too much. And that's it for that side. But let's see if I can get this to go. Alright, so I got the right foot on top of the left. Foot below the left. There we go. That's not nearly as easy for some reason. Alright, enough of that. Release the plow. And then take this back around. Alright, let that blood flow. Get back in the thigh, the leg, and the foot. All right. JJ Beats. All right. Good seeing you, sir or ma'am. Next up, the other side. Yay, the other side. So, open up that right hip. Take this down. Bring it up. Shin to chest. Foot to chest. Back to the earth. Foot to chest. Shin to chest. And then the big boy, get that right leg behind the back. There we go. Yay, made it. And so now I've got about 2 minutes left to enjoy on this side of the pose. And I'll see about getting my left leg up. Just relax, feel the stretch. Feel the right thigh. before I get both feet back up there. Yay. Alright, let's see what I can do with that left leg. Get it on top. Yeah, for some reason with the left leg on top, it's not as easy. But when I get the left leg underneath, then I can get the arm. Not sure why that is. But yeah, as soon as you get this, right, then that's when you get the hands. If you can get the shoulders through the legs, right, then you get the hands behind the small of the back. And you start pulling together, right? Eventually you want to get tighter and tighter grips on the hands. Alright, so that's that side, and then left leg on top. Yeah, it's just not as easy to get the shoulders through the legs. Alright. Enough of that. Let's plow. And back up. Hey, alright. Fun stuff. Alright, next up is hamstrings. Focus on hamstrings. So Janushirasana, get that left leg straight and take it down. And this is the starter pose. So feel this for a little bit. And then open the legs up. Try to get the hips and all the body parts into a good spot on the floor. I'm a guy, so gotta manage the man parts. There we go. Grab the leg, go slowly. The top left of the pelvis is usually kind of my limiting factor for how quickly I can get into this pose on this side. I've already got the forehead down, and then reach the left hand towards the right thigh, get the left hand under the right thigh, which forces me to rotate, which locks the left elbow, rotates the left ball and socket joint, and gives a little bit of a pop in the left shoulder. And relax. This is a really nice stretch because it stretches out the left thigh along with the right side body, opens up the rib cage in the right shoulder. It's a really nice compound stretch. Lots of stuff happening in the body. And it becomes very relaxing when you can, as soon as you can get into it, and you are able to relax inside of it, it is extremely relaxing. For another 14 seconds. Alright, that's it for that side. Cool stuff. start up the next side. So we've got the right leg we're going to stretch. And I spent a little bit of extra time on that left leg inside my Janushirasana as compared to how I normally go about my practice. So I'll spend a little bit extra time on the right hand side. Really feel that right hamstring, feel that stretch, lengthen. Go. Very nice. Open up to the other side. Feels like there's something not quite in the perfect spot. Right there in my neck. But good enough. And this side is usually a little easier, plus it's the second side. Making it even more easier to get into the pose. And so one thing I've started, I normally have the front foot in towards that side. And so now I've started opening the foot over out towards that side to get more of a stretch on the calf and even on the thigh a little bit. And also on the foot, there's a lot of stuff in the foot that when you turn it towards the side stretches out a little bit. And the left shoulder, the left rib cage. And yeah, I got the right hand under the left thigh, so it locks the right elbow and twists the ball inside the socket on the right shoulder. And relax. And that's it for that. Alright, next up, wide splits. Hey. Got two viewers, and both start with a C. Corona Jonas and Carlin Hosbraslino. Maybe. Alright. Well, in any case, the two of you, thanks for joining. Guys or girls, thanks for joining. Alright, so next up, I've got wide splits. If you don't have your wide splits yet, a good way to start is through this guy, butterfly pose, or Baddha Konasana, right? And you get, right, you start here, right? And then the body's, the hips open and the knees go down. As you can see for me, yeah, not much of a stretch for me. So you go towards wide splits, and so again for me, not much work happening on this pose, but I do it every day so that I can do it every day. I want to get the abdomen, the chest, and the pelvis all flat to the earth. And in order to do that, I gotta make sure the man parts are on the correct side of the pelvis, otherwise they will get crushed. Hey, that's life, that's what you gotta do. And relax. Alright, left shoulder stretched a little bit. And then I want to do equal time on both sides, so check the timer. That the other side, yeah, there's something not quite right in the neck right here. I'm not sure what it is. That's it for that. Start the next timer. But first off, I want to do a quick forward fold to get some more space in the neck, because this is not feeling correct. See how that works. All right, final practice, final pose. Hey, look at that. I got more viewers. I got Funkin' Frittich and Marquise. All right. Well, cool stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, so final pose. This practice today. Go to yogi squat. Hey, hey. Check the camera. Get the arms parallel to each other, parallel to the earth. Very cool. Hands to the earth. Alright, and then let's get the hands a little further in, maybe. Hips up, shins to the upper arms, crow pose. No, balance, come on, balance, relax. Alright, and then hips up, legs up. Oh. What is going on? Cannot seem to balance that. We'll give it one more try today. We'll start from here. Alright. Fingertips. There we go. A little better. Cool, very good. Yeah, great. I wonder how long that's going to last. But in any case, that is my practice for the day today. A lot of people showed up. You're awesome. Thanks for watching. And I'll be back again, probably tomorrow. Y'all take care and have fun.